Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about why the book The Rape of Nanking by Iris Chang is banned in Japan and why it's still not heavily talked about, and there's a lot of covering up of the atrocities, and I'm going to put covering up in quotes by the Japanese government because it is a lot more complex than people want to, or that people either want to know or that people don't know, okay? It's a lot more complex than that, okay? And I'm not excusing what Japan did. I'm going to talk about it, the Rape of Nanking, in future videos. And the Chinese were clearly the good guys and the victim in that, and Japan was clearly the bad guys. It doesn't excuse it. It was an unprovoked attack by Japan. That's a different story. But, okay, as I pointed out in previous videos, Mao Zedong refused Japan's apology in 1972. Okay, Japan was prepared to apologize to the People's Republic of China for their World War II aggression. Well, Mao Zedong said, no, I should thank Japan because before Japan invaded China, the communists were about to lose to the nationalists. I mean, they were this close to being defeated by Chiang Kai-shek and the Chinese nationalists. But when Japan invaded, they had to call a temporary truce and align together to fight off the Japanese invasion. So that Mao Zedong refused the apology, okay? Mao Zedong didn't want Japan to apologize for it. He didn't want Japan to publicly admit their guilt over this whole thing, okay? Yes, there are a significant portion of ultra-right-wing fanatics in Japan that have threatened Japanese people who have tried to talk about the Rape of Nanking or who have tried to publish works about the Rape of Nanking. They have been threatened, and there have been Japanese soldiers that have personally themselves apologized at what they did in Nanking, and they honestly have been threatened. Some have had to move into the countryside because they're under threat from ultra right-wing fanatics. However, it's a lot more complex than that when you go to the government and to the big businesses in Japan. Here's the thing, okay? The Cultural Revolution that Mao Zedong instigated, as well as the Great Leap Forward, that killed way more people than the Japanese killed at Nanking. At most, the Japanese killed 300,000 Chinese people at Nanking, which should have not happened. And we need to remember the Rape of Nanking. I've read Iris Chang's book, The Rape of Nanking, and I support it. And I encourage people to read it. Okay? So, talk about that. Okay? If you combine the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, over 100 million innocent Chinese people died at the hands of the communists. That's not counting Tiananmen Square, by the way. So what Japan might be thinking in this case is, yeah, what we did was wrong, what we did was bad, but at the same time, look at all the atrocities that the communist Chinese perpetrated against his own people. And if you look at the facts, it's worse than what the Japanese did. I mean, it's worse than what the Japanese did to the Chinese, okay? So that may be why Iris Chang's book, The Rape of Nanking, is banned in Japan. What the Japanese government may fear is that this could be some leftist conspiracy, or the book could come in and then they'd be scared that they couldn't talk about the Cultural Revolution or also the Great Leap Forward, which were instigated by Mao Zedong, by the way. Because nowadays, China has a much stronger military than Japan does. Japan's military is very, very efficient, very capable, very competent, but they're also very, very small. Okay? So it is way more complex of an issue than that. Most Japanese people, the population in general, is very sorry. Like when Japanese tourists visit Korea, they apologize to the comfort women, the few comfort women that are still alive. They apologize to them all the time. Same with the Philippines. Like, even though there has been a somewhat apology from the Japanese government, and there has been compensation actually, but it's been kind of a halfway apology, not a very sincere apology, but at the same time, there have been apologies from several Japanese tourists. I mean, every Asian country, like Korea and China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, the Philippines, people there get every year, hundreds and hundreds of apologies from Japanese tourists. Anyways, everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.